into my own big cherry on the top, sweet. Everything around me is looking up. If life is what you make it, I'ma celebrate it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've put together a super motivating marathon style video. If you are new to my channel and you have not heard of the marathons, it's something that I started doing years and years ago, but basically I am compiling several of my recent cleaning, homemaking, decluttering, organizing, all those types of videos into one super long video. That way you can just pop this up on your TV, tablet, or phone and get your to-do list tackled with a friend. This specific cleaning marathon has all kinds of motivation in here, so I'm going to be sharing, of course, lots of real life cleaning motivation, also lots of decluttering motivation, cleaning tips, and even some delicious recipes and food prep inspo. So if you have a lot of stuff on your to-do list today, grab a drink and come hang out with me and we can get things done together. And also if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all of my future videos. And if you've been with me for a while, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. Now without further ado, let's get into it.
I'ma tell everybody I'm feeling like a brand new me. Brand new, brand new. Feeling like a brand new me, brand new me. I'm feeling like a brand new me. Yeah.
And I know that it's my fault, know that I've been gone, but I'm coming home to you tonight. Sorry for the distance, sorry for the nights you've been spending lonely without me by your side.
All right, we are in the new year, 2025. We have a fresh start, and I personally am so excited to turn the page. I actually love New Year's just because anytime you have like that reset, I feel like it just makes me really excited for all the good things to come. 2024 was full of so many ups and lots of downs as well, and so I just think 2025 just feels very exciting, and I'm hoping for so many good things this year. But I'm also so incredibly thankful for you guys. You guys have been with me for so long. I started this channel 7 years ago, I believe now, and it's just been incredible. It's been so much more than I ever expected, and you guys have helped me through so much. I started this channel back when I was going through postpartum depression with our youngest, and it started out as a hobby and it turned into so much more, and now it's just made such a huge impact on my life. I'm just so incredibly grateful for you guys, but I'm really curious to know what would be something that would be helpful for me to share for you this year. I would love to brainstorm some ideas down in the comments, but would you guys like to be seeing lots more organization this year? Do you need to declutter? Would cleaning tips and cleaning motivation be good? Are you guys hoping to see more makeovers this year? Do you just need like a friend and more mindset chats? Do you want to see more grocery hauls and recipe ideas? Just anything that would be helpful for you, I would love to hear, so that when I'm coming up with video ideas and things to share, it can be actually things that will really be helpful for you versus just some random stuff. As you're leaving your ideas down in the comments, I want to just go over kind of what we're doing today. So obviously I'm taking down a lot of Christmas decor and seasonal decor. I don't know about you guys, but I love to pull down our decor right after Christmas. I guess not like right after, but definitely by the new year. I really like to start the new year with a fresh, clean slate. I know a lot of people wait until January 6th, and then I know some people even just wait like into January so that you can kind of keep your Christmas decor up a little bit longer. For me, I feel like once Christmas is actually over, I kind of am ready to have a reset for the year and just have a lot of peace, and so that's why I kind of like to get this done a little bit early. So we're going to be pulling down all of our holiday decor. I'm going to be cleaning our house, just kind of getting it reset for the year, and then I want to also just add in a little bit of everyday decor so that our home can feel nice and cozy.
You know I always coming home to you. No matter where I go, even Paris or Rome, my heart's always at home with you. Sorry for the distance, sorry for the nights you've been spending lonely without me by your side. I thank you for your patience, thank you for the times you've given me a reason to keep you on my mind. Coming home to you, coming home to you. You know I always coming home to you.
Okay, I'm gonna gonna start taking down all of our decor. Most of it is on the shelves, and I have a few little pieces sporadically placed kind of like in the kitchen and dining room area. One thing that I do every year whenever I'm taking down our seasonal decor, I will declutter anything that I just don't feel like I'm going to use in the next year, or if it was something that I've overlooked and it's still sitting in my decor bin from like last year, and I maybe haven't used it for the last year, 2 or 3, then it's like, okay, time to let this go to a new home. You can declutter without really being super intentional about decluttering. I don't have to make it a whole big thing. It's just as I'm pulling it down, like, I decided I don't like this, or I just don't really enjoy this one anymore. So I'm gonna pull everything down, and as I'm pulling them down, if it's a piece that I really love, which I'm guessing I'll keep a majority of the things that I'm using, but if it's something that I think I don't really love, then I'm actually just gonna set it aside into a different pile. And then again, as I'm putting them into the tote, I'll kind of like reevaluate once again. So I'm kind of decluttering everything twice through that process. These stems, by the way, I'm definitely keeping them. It was like, I don't know how much it was, maybe like 20 something for a 12 pack of stems. So this is 4 stems like this, but I had them here on the coffee table and on the centerpiece of the table, the kitchen table, and I love them so much. They're so pretty. They're very realistic. I love them.
Love it how you love me electric, like you do. Love it how you love me electric, always you.
And then one thing that I've shared before is I will style a lot of everyday decor pieces within my seasonal decor. So pieces like this will just stay. I might end up changing them out later, but I feel like that's so echoey. It must be in here. Anyway, I might end up changing them out later, but for now, I'm just gonna keep these everyday decor pieces sitting up here.
Love me electric. Baby, keep the light on for me, I'm coming home. Know I got you forever wherever I go. I feel like I'm high. Oh, and I wouldn't change the way you got me jumping through hoops. All the wishes in the world and I wish for you. I feel like I'm dying. Oh, and I found heaven in your eyes. Tell me it's all mine, holding on too tight. You're like a neon sign in a starless night, showing up so bright. Can't get over how you talk to me, like I'm all you ever gonna need. Seeing colors that I've never seen. I love it how you love me electric, like you do.
I am so excited for the new year. I feel like I always get so excited about this time of year just because it's about a fresh start, and I feel like just everything is open to you. You can kind of make your year whatever you want it to be, or at least you can work in the direction that you're wanting it to go. So I am currently still deciding on my word. I'm kind of going between a few. Last year, my word was faith, and that just helped me so much, not to only improve my faith with God, but also just improve faith all around in my life, like having faith in the future, having faith in life, and having faith in other people, all the things. So this year, I'm going between a few different options, and I'm hoping to solidify my plans this week. And once I do, I'll share that with you guys, and I'll share kind of what my word means to me. But if you have already picked your word for 2025, please share it down below if you feel comfortable. I would love to hear and get more inspiration, and I get excited about this. I think it's so fun. So anyway, although I haven't quite picked my word for the year and we're already a few days in, one goal that I definitely have is to get back to eating right and regular exercising. I was doing so good last year. I struggle with Hashimoto's, and to say it's been a struggle is like the biggest understatement, but I ended up finding something that worked for me. I lost like 50 pounds and I was just feeling good, doing good. And then the last few months of the year was just really difficult, and I totally fell off the wagon. But with the new year coming, it's time to get back into it. So I'm actually going to have a homemaking video coming up this month, and I'll be jumping back into things and sharing the ways that I've lost 50 pounds last year. And I'm just really excited to share that healthy motivation and recipes and all the good things. So definitely subscribe and make sure that you don't miss out on that one. But also, super random, I'm just curious, like, what social media do you spend the most time on? I really consume a lot of YouTube, but then I also am actually over on Instagram a lot too. I feel like those are kind of the two that I go between, but I feel like YouTube has just changed so much. Like, it is not the same platform that I started on all those years ago, but I would just love to hear what platform you are on. And then do you enjoy a lot of like long form videos like this, or do you prefer the shorts and just like, you know, the quick little 1 minute TikToks and reels and all that kind of stuff? some things never quite made it through the end of the season. Like my wreath, my command strip actually fell down. So this just has been sitting on our table for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks probably, but it's okay. It's so pretty. So random, but as soon as I set up the camera here, it reminded me who's been here for a while and who remembers when I had this like really fun idea in my head and it totally didn't, in my mind it didn't work out, but I hung jingle bells at different varying lengths around the edge of that light. And I thought it was gonna be like so fun, like a really pretty Christmassy chandelier look. And it ended up kind of looking like a jellyfish. And we just had like a Christmas jellyfish on our light forever. Anyway, it was kind of fun, but now that's like all I see when I see this light, so random. My DIY little bulb, or bell, not bulb. These are more of those stems. And then these, I'm actually gonna keep these out, but I need to go charge them. These are the coolest thing. They're battery powered. They look like real candles. They just have a button on the bottom. You can turn them off or on. And then with the remote that I have, you can set them on a timer so they can turn on and off, but they're actually rechargeable. So I like the battery powered ones because they're not a fire hazard, they last forever, but you have to constantly be changing the batteries. And I'm not good at like turning them on for a couple hours and then turning them off. I pretty much just set them to the timer, and then once they run out, like they're done for the season. I just don't get around to putting a bunch of new batteries in. But these are nice because, like I said, they're rechargeable. It comes in a pack of 6, so I have one over there. I think I'm using one in the guest room, and then I have 2 here, so I still am not using 2 of them, but you can just change them out and they're really quick and easy to charge. So random, but I love these, and these will go all year round.
Walking the streets, all our dreams were within reach. And I'm so sick of watching the news. I step outside, stare at the moon. Lord, I know we'll make it through. Hold on to brighter days. The sunshine is on its way. No need to be.
One of my favorite things that I did this year, well, I guess 2 of my favorite things, and they're both right here. One is I just wanted to put bows on everything. I didn't do this as much at my house, but when I decorated my sister's house for Christmas, I tried to do this a bunch. And even after I was done filming, I was like, oh, we should add a bow here and add a bow here. Like, it just was such a simple way to decorate for Christmas, and I loved it. And then the other thing was making those little gingerbread houses. I just took some regular old houses, I painted them brown, and then just doodled on them, and that was so much fun. So I know that Christmas is already over, but just some things to kind of note for next year. I think the bows are so fun, and then doing that little gingerbread house is just such a fun idea, and I loved it. I can't wait to pull them out next year.
When my heart feels hurt for love without you here with me. All alone, stuck in my head, late at night, tossing in bed, praying all these thoughts away. Wake me up, missing your touch. The days are long and I've had enough. I just wanna see your face. Hold on to brighter days. The sunshine is on its way. No need to be afraid. We're gonna be okay.
Okay, I'm just starting to kind of tidy up the kitchen a little bit, but super random. I ordered these. They were about $10, but it's a 2-pack of ankle and wrist weights. Now, I will say they are really bulky for wrist weights, so I don't think I'm gonna end up using them as wrist weights. They're just way too bulky. But the point of them is I'm just gonna try like wearing them around the house as I'm doing housework. I forgot to put them on as I started, but I'm gonna put them on now. So anyway, you just wrap them around. But it's just like, I don't know. I like stuff like this because it's just a little change, but it could make a big difference if you do it like consistently. And these are something like you don't have to really think about. You can just put them on. These ones are only 2.5 pounds, so I'm sure you can get heavier ones, but I'm gonna try these out and see how they go. I'll let you know at the end of the night how it's going, but there we go. They definitely like get you off balance if you're trying to kick high. Anyway, random thought. Let's keep cleaning. Another random thought, but one thing that we've really loved over the last several months is I've had like our chessboard out here. Sometimes we have a different game out here, but I've been loving games that look like decor pieces, like they look really pretty, but you can leave them sitting out. So we got this. This one is for Christmas. This one is like a Connect 4. I think you can get them from TJmaxx. This one's just like a wooden tic-tac-toe. So like Noah and I were just sitting there playing tic-tac-toe the other day, and it's just like really nice. We've played these a lot because regular games get packed up and there's, you know, like a lot of pieces to them, but these ones, they just are really simple. So we got 2 more for Christmas. They're in the kitchen, but I need to get them put away over here. We took the last month or so off of the year as far as room rescue goes, just because everybody is so busy with the holidays. We knew it would be hard to get into someone's home and do that, and it would be hard for us because our kids were home away from school, and so we just thought, you know what, it'll be nicer to kind of hang out the rest of the year, and then in the new year we can jump into some new room rescues. So I am so excited to be looking through all of our emails. We have a ton of emails to go through, so if you're new here, room rescue is something that we do where basically we go into a subscriber's home and we rescue one of their rooms. It could be that it needs a ton of reorganization, it needs like a full makeover, like it can mean a lot of different things, but so far we have done a kitchen, a bedroom, and then we also decorated for fall and for Christmas for 4 different families, and I cannot wait to get started on the next one. I have no idea yet if we're going to do like a bathroom or if we'll do a living room or a pantry or what we're going to go for, but I know it'll be amazing and I'm really excited to help another family out. So stay tuned for that, and if you live in the Phoenix area, just know that you can actually enter. I will put all the information up here on the screen so that you can share what you're in need of and take a shot at getting chosen for our next room rescue. I am just so looking forward to that in the new year.
Complicate the love we make when we are young. Our heart can heal so much slower than our bones. And it's been you, it's been you.
It's a new day. We have the shelves cleared off. I still have all of our Christmas stuff here. And then these are like my Christmas bins. These 2 are actually ones that I took to my sister Casey's house to decorate for Christmas. And so now I just kind of put them in here. I need to get them all sorted out, but I really want to stick to 2 bins for all of my Christmas stuff. And then anything else I'll declutter or give to my sisters or something. So let's start that process.
I got you.
So obviously this bin is completely empty, and then the one below has some garland, some random stuff, but I'm gonna go through that one before I start loading it in. But this one's just a clean slate, so we'll start going from there.
Every season, hands high to the good life, no matter win or lose. Hold tight to the good times, no matter what we do. I got you, ooh, ooh, I got you, ooh, ooh. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la. I got you, ooh, ooh, I got you, ooh, ooh. I would ride through the desert just to find you.
I always will use any kind of linens that I have for the next season. I'll go ahead and use them to kind of store my stuff that way. Like anything that's breakable, that way I don't have to get extra paper or, you know, packing wrap or anything, but I know that everything's still gonna make it till next year.
I would ride through the desert just to find you. Permanently on my mind like a tattoo. Bonnie Clyde, do or die, always coming through. Always coming through. That's why we never ever wait for the weekend. We don't need to look far for a reason. It's alright, alright. Yeah, it's all alright. I got you. Ooh, ooh, I got you.
I'm gonna keep this one because I really like it, but I think next year I'll probably end up spray painting the gold or the deer gold just to kind of match everything else that I have, but I do think this is so fun. This is like one of the original houses. I didn't use it this year, but I'm thinking I'll probably use it next year. So I'll keep that one. Honestly, like I really have decluttered a lot of my Christmas stuff, so if I don't get rid of too much, it's not a big deal. Super random, but I always get questions about these totes or bins every time I pull them out for the seasons. So I got them years and years ago, back when we lived in Utah actually, and just at Walmart. I will not link them because one, I have a hard time finding them, but when I've tried to link them in the past, they are never available in store. They're only available online for some reason whenever I find them, and they're like $100 online. It's ridiculous. So if you find them online and think like, oh, those are the ones she has. Yeah, maybe those are the ones, but I did not pay $100 a bin. These were about like $20 and they were in store and they were just in kind of the holiday section. So definitely check that out. Not necessarily in the storage bin area, but in the holiday section itself. So good luck. I hope you can find them. We've loved them, but I just cannot find a good deal online to share with you guys. So I really feel like in store is going to be your best bet.
You've been looking, yeah, you've been looking lately. Let me tell you, look no further, baby. 'Cause I got what you need. You can call me crazy, take it from me. 'Cause I'm thinking it's about time that you know, that you know, that you know, about time.
If you have not done slow vacuuming, I've been talking about this for years and years. Like I started slow vacuuming, I don't know. It was a long, long time ago. Like we weren't even in this house. It was years and years ago, but slow vacuuming will make such a huge difference on your floors. I will say having a corded vacuum is definitely the best just because cordless vacuums have great section sometimes, but corded vacuums are like next level. So if you're going to be doing a deep clean and you're planning to slow vacuum, if you do have a corded vacuum, I would definitely take the time to use that one. But with that being said, all you're going to do is just go over your floors so slowly. I like to just do a quick regular vacuum, empty the canister, and then I re-vacuum the floors and go over them so slowly. Like let this take you 10 minutes to vacuum one rug, but it will make such a huge difference and you'll see all the gross hair and dirt and dust that otherwise was going to be left in your floors, and it will really make your carpets and rugs feel so much cleaner because they literally are.
Oh, what a day to be alive. What a dream to have a heartbeat.
I love a good vac mop. You can absolutely get the job done with just a regular vacuum and a mop and bucket or a spray mop or whatever kind of mop you have. However, this is something that I just love, and I use this for our hard floors all the time because I've talked about this for years. Like back early when I started my channel, I would tell you guys like, mopping is one of my least favorite chores. I don't really know what it is about it exactly. I really, really don't enjoy it. And so for that reason, I do not use a mop and bucket very, very often. And I was thinking back about it, and I remember saying in the past, like, if they could just come up with a vacuum that mopped, it would be amazing, because I really don't mind vacuuming. That's why, like, I don't understand it. I don't know why I don't like mopping, because it's kind of the same motions, but it just is annoying to mop, whereas vacuuming is like totally fine. So this is basically the same thing. It's like it vacuums your floors and at the same time it mops them. Now it's not going to do the same type of job as like a regular mop and bucket. It's not like the deepest clean ever, but because you're able to do this a lot more often, because it's less inconvenient, it just doesn't really need as much of a deep clean as often, if that makes sense. So if you are looking into a good vac mop, I'm going to link the one that I have right here, and I'm also going to link a different one that I love that's super affordable, just so that you have a few options if you're looking to get one in the new year.
Away for free, and it wouldn't even matter, 'cause all I need is don't need anything but don't want anything but come and let
Okay, gross. It's always disgusting to clean this out. Not really that it's that gross to do, but it's just gross that this was like on my floor. And our floors get cleaned very regularly. So it's pretty disgusting that it gets this way so quickly. But I guess with a bunch of pets and a bunch of kids and a bunch of people living in the house, that's just what happens. But if you look past all of this dirty water and gross stuff, you can see the background. And this is Arizona in January. I love it here so much. And I really feel like I don't take it for granted because I haven't lived here forever. We grew up in Montana, and right now my mom sent me pictures and it's like snowy and freezing cold, and I'm just so grateful to be in Arizona. I feel like this is where I want to live forever. But I'm curious, what is the weather like where you live? Here it is chilly. Like, even though it looks really pretty out, it is chilly for sure. But we do have windows open all the time. We just put on jackets, or we just snuggle up with blankets if we're, just sitting down. But I just love this weather so much. I am not a cold girly. I love the warmth, and so this is definitely where I'm happiest. Okay, so I brought out a bunch of decor. This is just stuff that I store in kind of like our guest room closet area. I actually did a full declutter in there. I decluttered a ton of stuff. And now it's really nice because I'm able to actually see the pieces that I really love. My decor has come from all over the place. Most of it at this point has been thrifted. You can go to the store and you can spend a lot of money and you can get really cute things, but you're spending a lot of money. Or you can go thrifting, but the thing with thrifting is you're not guaranteed to find something, so you have to invest time. So that's why, sometimes it's hard to do that, but you can just like hit the jackpot sometimes. Like, I'll go in and find nothing one day, and then the next week or the next month, whenever I go back again, I'll find like 3 or 4 things that are just incredible. Super good deals. Okay, this is from probably my favorite decor brand on Amazon, and it's Creative Co-op. I got it for $2.50. This is probably like a $30 piece. Really beautiful. So pretty. This was, I think, $1 or $2, like the milk glass. This was 50 cents or $1. This is Target. No, this is World Market. I got this for $5, but I'm sure this is like $30 or $25 or something. This one was $9, but it's from Target and it's normally $30. It's so pretty. You can even find things from like the stores that you're shopping at anyway, but that people just don't want anymore. This one, I don't have the price tag on it, but I know this is thrifted, and I want to say it was like $4 or $5. But how cool is that vase? Like, there's just so much. This is thrifted. Again, I must have taken the tag off of this one, but just probably a couple of bucks. You can just find such good deals. So anyway, I hope this encourages you to go check out your local thrift stores. They have a lot of stuff. But anyway, let's get to decorating.
rain turns to rust, fire burns to dust. We love until it hurts too much. We let our love run free. Build your fences
I'm just adding a little bit of everyday decor into our shelves. I'm going to be decorating for spring in a few months, so I'm not going crazy with this, but in spring I plan to add a lot more florals and a lot more color and things like that and just be really bright and fun. I feel like I actually used to not care to decorate for spring so much, and lately I have just been loving it. It's been like so exciting for me, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm curious, when do you consider it to be spring? I feel like in Montana it is so obvious when it's winter and it's so obvious when it's spring because you go from frigid weather, freezing cold, snow on the ground, icy roads, to things start to melt and you start to actually see the grass again. And so it's like very, very obvious. But here in Arizona, we just don't get all that. It does get cold, and I feel like January is the coldest month. So I'm actually not looking forward to that. I miss summer here, honestly. But I do feel like winter and spring kind of run into each other here a little bit more. After Christmas, I start to think, oh, we're in spring, like we're getting into spring. And then it gets cold in January. And then I'm like, oh, wait, we're still in winter. And then the weather starts to warm up and I'm like, oh, okay, this is spring. So anyway, a lot of randomness with that, but I'm curious, at what time do you personally feel like it becomes spring? Is it like the actual, what day is that? Is that like March that it becomes spring, or April or something? I can't remember exactly, like the 21st. Anyway, do you kind of go on that? Or what is the weather like where you live? Like when does it really start to feel like spring? I'm just curious. All right, this is another one I thrifted for, I don't remember how much. This one was a little bit more expensive, maybe like $20 or something, but it's this beautiful mortar and pestle. So beautiful. Actually, I think this one might be called something different, but it's like the same idea, and I just love the rusticness of it.
Get me out this mess I'm in. Trying to do the best I can. Keep on stumbling over and again. I got no more excuses for you. All that I can say is
You'll notice as I decorate, especially for just everyday decor, but you'll also see this even in my seasonal decor, I really love to use neutral, earthy decor that can be used all year round. So a lot of these items, like you will see me decorate with them for spring, and then you'll also see me decorate with them for summer. And the nice thing is that way I don't have to have like bins and bins of seasonal decor every time that I want to change things up or kind of style them for the season. I have like my base decor that just kind of goes all year round. At any point I can use it. And then I will just add in a few touches of spring or a few touches for summer or a few touches for fall. Like I can kind of just adjust things just a little bit, and all of a sudden it'll change the whole vibe of the space, but I'm not having to redecorate everything with like all new decor pieces. So when you're looking for decor, if you like that neutral style, that is something that will really work to stretch your budget and make a huge difference in all of your decor.
best I can. Keep on stumbling over and again. I got no more excuses for you. All that I can say is sorry. Oh, would you please come rescue me as quickly as you can?
All right, stay tuned for next week because I am doing some very needed deep cleaning. I know we're not quite to spring cleaning, but we're going to get a jump start on things, and I'm so excited to share that with you guys because it's very satisfying, very gross, but very, very good. And I think that's something that's going to set me up for actually focusing on decluttering and organizing and doing all the things that typically people want to do in the new year. I know I really feel excited to do that. And so cleaning is kind of like, I'm going to give myself a good, fresh, clean slate, and then we're going to jump into all the fun stuff. Also, I'm going to be working on trying to rejuvenate our rug because although it looks good you know, on camera right here, in person, this rug has seen some things. This rug is needing a little TLC. So I'm going to be trying a bunch of different stuff, trying to kind of clean that out. I have some amazing stuff for our leather furniture that I'm going to be trying out. Like, we have a lot of fun stuff. And as usual, I am not holding back. I'm going to be sharing all of the raw, real life moments with you guys. So stay tuned for all of that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, especially with being in the new year, we are going to be doing some good old-fashioned homemaking motivation. I'm going to be setting our home up for success, especially because I'm getting back onto eating healthy again. I really fell off the wagon and I need to get back to it. So actually I have a grocery haul sitting over there that I'll share with you guys in just a minute. I'm also going to be doing a full fridge clean out and organizing the fridge. I have a ton of food prep and meal prep, and I even have some yummy recipes, so you don't want to miss out on that. If you are looking to eat healthier in the new year, I'm going to be sharing how I have managed to lose 50 pounds last year with my Hashimoto's. That's been so fun, but it really has helped, and I've tried so many things, and this is what's worked for me. So we have a lot to get done. Let's do this. All right, so this is everything I got. This is just a haul from Walmart. I got some Baby Bell cheese just for a snack. I think these are like 0 or 1 carb, 0 carbs, so these are like a freebie. I got some Chobani yogurts for the kids. I got some brown eggs. I eat these a lot during breakfast, and I make them for the kids, but they're like a 0 or 1 carb. Have you guys heard of like the egg shortage? It's annoying. I think this was like $8. Ridiculous. Anyway, I got some bacon. I got some different deli meat. Oh, I got some pepperonis. These are so good to have in a sandwich, or you can have them kind of like this. But what I like to do is actually put them in an air fryer for, I think it's like 8 minutes. They crisp up and get really crunchy. They're like a chip. So if you're doing low carb, that's a good option. I got some beans just to add into foods for the kids. Got some Alfredo pasta sauce. This is going to be for a recipe that I'll share today. I also got some beef tallow. I haven't ever bought this before, but it's 0 carbs. It's just like a different type of cooking oil that you can use. But my sister-in-law has some. I think theirs is actually from their farm, so much better than this, but I'm curious and I'm excited to try it because it's so good when they use it. I also got some keto-friendly yogurts. These are only 3 grams of carbs each, which I always stay under 20 net carbs when I do keto. So I got those for me. I got some ground pork. That's for a recipe. This is for the recipe that I'll share today. Some celery just for snacking, and also, nope, I guess pretty much just for snacking. I got these 2 sausages. I believe they're only, oh yeah, 2 and 3 carbs each. I like to mix these up with eggs, or I'll just have them with some veggies, kind of whatever, but I love having sausages on hand, and I like to get ones that just have a little bit better ingredients, and those ones are good. Some Napa cabbage for a recipe, and then also I just love frozen broccoli. I used to get a lot of fresh, and I feel like I'm going more towards frozen now just because it's always good in your freezer and you can make it however you want. Got a couple of bell peppers for different recipes and also snacking, some cream cheese for a recipe. I'm gonna try to make homemade butter. So that's what this is for. Broccoli for snacking, some mint for a recipe, ginger, green onion, lemon, I believe all of that, and cilantro is also for a recipe. This is for the kids. They're like frozen fruits, frozen grapes with sour candy coating. It just looked fun and it totally got me as a splurge, but I will be having these, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have these, but the kids will probably think they're fun. So I'll let you know. Thumbs up or thumbs down if they are a hit. This is like a little energy pouch that I'll have sometimes, and I really like this flavor. And then these I have never got, but they kind of got me. They're 2 net carbs for a package in here, and I just thought this would be fun, like if I'm on the go and I just want something, a fun treat. It's definitely not healthy. I just figured I'd try it out. I got some spinach for a recipe and then also to throw in smoothies for the kids. And then I did want to share this. This is like my favorite brand of keto-friendly bread. So these are bagels. It is 4 net carbs, so it's a little bit, but not too bad. And then these are only 1 gram of, or 1 net carb each. So I'll make like toast, or I'll make like grilled cheese sandwiches or whatever if I want some bread. I don't eat this every day or anything, but just when you want some bread and you're not normally allowed to have it, it's really, really nice. So anyway, that is my grocery haul. Okay, so a lot of times, like after a big grocery shop, I will do what I call a speed clean through my fridge. One, it's like I will just take things out that I see that needs to come out, and then I'll wipe down anything that I just see. Another, like more in depth, but full fridge clean, but like a speed clean, is basically where I do 1 shelf or 1 drawer at a time. It's not as in depth and it just seems to go a lot quicker. However, because I am going to do like a full fridge organized today, I am actually going to take every single thing out, get the fridge completely empty, and then I'll wipe everything down, get it nice and clean, and then we'll start reorganizing and re-putting back food into the fridge. So the only thing left to do is start. All right, show of hands, how often, honestly, do you clean out your fridge? And I'm talking, well, actually, let me know both. Like, let me know how often do you do this, where you fully take every single thing out of your fridge and you scrub down the bins and the glass shelves and all the things. And then also, how often do you do like a, I don't know what you'd call it, but just kind of a light cleaning in there where you might do 1 shelf at a time, or you just kind of wipe things down, reorganize a little bit. I definitely do not do this full of a fridge clean super often. I do this a couple times a year for sure, but this is not like, you know, a monthly thing even, or definitely not a weekly thing. However, when I do go to the grocery store and get a full grocery order, I will do kind of like a general cleanup in there. I'll wipe anything down that I see spilled, and I will pull anything out that's expired and kind of reorganize our fridge as needed, especially when I'm feeling like I'm in a rut and I just need a little bit of extra motivation. Nothing motivates me like a newly organized and cleaned fridge. Now, with that being said, I know it's kind of difficult to see, but as I'm pulling everything out of the fridge, I'm actually trying to put things into like piles. That way, when I go back to actually reorganize everything, it's not complete chaos on the counter. So I'll show you an up close of inside the fridge right now, but it's looking a bit rough. This is why it is helpful and pretty needed to do like a full pull everything out of your fridge clean out every once in a while, because I have still been going through it and wiping things down occasionally, but it just doesn't get it the same. Now this, to be fair, to give myself a little grace, this is right after, you know, all the holidays. We had visitors, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the things. So that's gonna make me feel a little bit better about myself, but it's pretty bad. So anyway, my favorite way to do that, instead of using any type of cleaner, is actually just to use e-cloths. This is just, well, it's a kitchen cloth, but it's basically just the all-purpose e-cloth. And this is just like a microfiber towel. To dry it and like polish it, I actually will just use my Bloom towels, which I just got in the most pretty Valentine's Day towels from Bloom Towels. So I wanted to go ahead and share because I actually just shared over on Instagram and I want to share with you guys too. I'm gonna save my favorite one from the collection for last, but this first one is so cute and just like very classic, simple Valentine's. So on the front, you just have this white background with these cutie little hearts. And then on the back side, you have this really pretty light blue plaid with like a little bee mine on there. How cute. And I wanted to show you the way that I've actually been starting to display my towels when I drape them over things and fold them is actually just like this, so that you end up getting both sides at once. Then this one, I don't know if you guys have seen, but cherries are becoming very trendy right now for spring. And so this is so cute. It's like little cherries, but they're heart cherries. So fun. And then on the back side, you have the pink and red plaid. Super, super cute. I love these because they are very oversized. Like, look how big these are. It doesn't even do it justice if you haven't seen them. They are such good size. They are crazy absorbent. They're super, super good quality. Like, I've had them for years and years. I've been using them for years and years and I love them. They also have this little hook. So if you don't want to drape them, but you have a little hook or you have a little thing on your cabinets, you can just hook them. And I actually think this is like probably my favorite. I don't typically hang them like this just because they don't have hooks, but I think that's so pretty because you can kind of see both sides. Speaking of, they are double-sided. They have cute prints. And I don't always decorate. Like, I won't be decorating a ton for Valentine's Day. I might have like a few pieces here and there, but I do love having Bloom towels change out for the holidays. Then it just gives like a little tiny pop that's still functional and useful, but it just makes it feel a little extra special. So anyway, they are just the most incredible towels. And this one is my favorite. So you have the really cute bright pink and like a more soft pink stripe. And then, oh my gosh, are these little flowers not like the most darling thing ever? They are so adorable. I love these. So anyway, super random. I just wanted to share the new collection with you guys. Also, my code will work. It's just Amanda and it'll save you 15% on their entire website. That's all. So you can do whatever works best for you. For me, I've found that typically I don't need to take all of the shelves out in order to get them fully clean. If there's something that has like a big stain or something, I can go ahead and do that. But I don't know, for me, it's just worked out. Like, these always are much easier just to wash in the sink. So don't feel like you need to make things more difficult for yourself than it needs to be. It like might sound silly to say that, but I just feel like sometimes we get in our head like, this is the right way to do it, this is the wrong way. But really, a lot of times and most times, there's not a right or wrong way to do something. So I used to feel like if I'm not pulling all the shelves out, it's not a full deep clean. It absolutely is. Don't make the mark of like doing something right or the way that you think it should be done. If it works another way, then that's also the right way. Make it doable for yourself. But also, you guys, having like a fully clean, fully restocked, fully organized fridge, like nothing motivates me like that. I've been really intentional about my organizers that I got this time because I want to not like over organize, but organize just enough to where it really is gonna like benefit me and not just be an extra bin in the fridge that I don't need. Okay, so essentially I am going to do a dry fit of the organizers in here to see where they're gonna fit, how they're gonna function, and then we'll start actually doing the meal prep and the food prep to fill them up. So these are really cool. Everything, by the way, I got from HomeGoods/tjmaxx because it's just like the most affordable way to go. That's usually where I aim to get my organizers from. But like these ones were the most expensive. These were $15, but I think everything else was around like $5 each, which is just a very good price for organizers. I think I'm gonna do these as like produce drawers. I feel like that's gonna work really well. So we'll see, fingers crossed. Actually, that would be perfect because I feel like on this level, everything gets pushed to the back and then we have things covering up front. I have like multiple sausages. I have multiple things that I didn't realize I had because they got shoved to the back. So using something like this actually might be great, a great use of that space because it will allow me to then pull the drawer out and see what's in there without having things get shoved to the back. So I see I missed one little sticker spot. If you can't get the annoying shopping stickers off of your items, you can just use a little bit of essential oil, especially on like a paper towel. I find that works really well. And the essential oil just disintegrates it. You can also use Goo Gone, I know, but that's just more chemically. And so I always feel better about essential oils. Plus I just always have those on hand. Okay, this one I am so excited about. This is a 3-tier lunch meat and cheese tray. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is like this for you, but in our kitchen and our fridge, lunch meat and cheese just is always getting like pushed to the back, or it just kind of disappears. The bag disappears and then I'm like, oh, we don't have any more, so I get more. And then the other stuff goes bad. It's just a thing. So I'm like, this would be nice. And it also will keep me from buying extra when I know that we have more. This is like, oh, it's empty. Now it's time to order more, or it's time to go pick up more, versus not really knowing exactly what I have because I can't see it when I open the drawer right away. But they just kind of stack on top of themselves. This one I did get from Amazon because I didn't see this at TJmaxx, but you might be able to find it there. And then the top just goes on just like that. This one is obviously an egg holder. I think this is gonna be so much nicer. I do have the flat one, but it takes up basically this whole shelf. Whereas anytime you can go vertical, it's really nice. So this is just vertical. It doesn't take up a whole lot of footprint in the fridge, and it actually holds more eggs, so I can hold 18 in here instead of, I think it's 18. Oh my gosh, it's 36. That'll be awesome actually. And it just goes right in the corner. Okay, now these ones, I'm thinking we're going to put some like zero soda or like LaCroix or bubblies, things like that in here, because sometimes we'll put them in here but like we don't have a good spot. So I'm thinking this might be nice. It'll contain them a little better. And then these ones right here are the only ones that I really didn't have like a full good idea for, but I thought they seemed like they'll be good. So these, I'm thinking I'll just kind of, I was thinking to kind of put them up here and we can put butter and things like that up here, but we'll see. Okay, so all of this stuff, I actually, as I pulled it out of the fridge, I did organize it in a certain way. So I have like a lot of cheeses, deli meats and things. I have all the condiments and, you know, random things like we have pepperoncinis, a random pack of cookies, some salsas, pickles, cream cheese, butter, things like that. And then over here, I put just some of the produce that I had, and then I do still have that I need to put away. So since we did have a lot of visitors over the holidays, some of this stuff is things that maybe they bought and didn't use, and I'm just not gonna use it. So if anything of this is something that I'm not gonna use, if it's used up, I can go ahead and toss it, or if it's not used up, then I can give it to a neighbor or a friend or something, but I'll set that into a different pile. And I really wanna just minimize what I have in here because I don't grab for a lot of this stuff a lot of the time. I feel like it's the same thing as in your closet, like you always grab for 10 shirts, but you have 30 shirts. I just want to do the same thing for my fridge. And since I'm going to be keeping the milk up here, that means that opens up this drawer for condiments, and that would be nice, just have all the condiments in the door. That would be the best. Also, so random, this is just from someone local to us, so if you live local, grab her information if you live in the Phoenix area, but we get this pollen. If you have allergies, you have to get it local because then it will be local to like the flowers and the pollen, or like all the stuff that's bugging your allergies. But like put some of this on the bottom of your tongue, you can add it to tea. It's so good and it will help your allergies so much. And then I always get questions about these. These are little blue apples, or that's what they're called. I'll link them below. But they basically have this little thing in here, which actually I'm probably about due to change it out. So you just break it open. This is like the refill kit. And I do find that it does make a difference, but there's like a little pack in there. Basically, you just put this with your produce and it helps prolong the life of your produce. Once you add this little packet in here, that's all you have to do. And then you just set this next to your produce. The lid pops on you're good to go. So I have 2 of them. I think that's just the kit that I bought was a 2-pack. And then like I said, you don't have to keep rebuying the apples. You just buy the refill kit and it'll last you a long time. I probably don't change these out as much as I maybe should, but they still seem to work. So anyway, I'm gonna put them in the produce drawers. All right, this little deli meat and cheese organizer is something that I actually love so much. Like I didn't know that I was gonna love this so much, but it really has just made our meat and cheese drawer so much more organized. And even better than that, I feel like I actually am going to be able to know what I have. I can go through everything easier and I don't really see myself wasting as much. So I'm super excited about that. Comment down below and let me know what is a random kitchen item that you just love so much that you didn't realize was going to be so helpful for you. Alrighty, we are a few weeks into the new year, 2025. I'm still not used to it. I was literally writing down the date the other day and I still wrote 2024. And we are, I don't know, 20 days in, so I need to get that together. But let me know, how is the new year going for you? For me, I feel it's definitely been up and down already, but overall, I'm still feeling the good New Year vibes and I'm loving that. I also did want to say I did select a word for this year. It took me a little longer than it typically does, but I picked kind of 2 words. I a little bit cheated, but I would say my main word is courage, and that to me is where I'm just not making fear-based decisions. I feel like it's definitely easiest to make decisions that feel more comfortable to you, but I'm gonna do my best to not do that this year and just really focus on making the decisions that make the most sense, that I feel are going to be the best decision, even if they make me a little bit nervous. So I'm excited for that one, and especially because that word actually came from my middle son, so I think that's gonna be good. And then my secondary word that I'm going to go with is actually trust. Now this word to me means trust in God, trust in myself, trust in the process, and trust in others. So I'm going to be doing things that will help to build that, and I feel like almost this word a little bit means like faith to me. So just kind of, you know, trusting life, trusting that everything will work out. And I just think you can't go wrong with that. So those are my 2 words and I'm so happy with them. I think both of them are going to help me be the person that I want to be in 2025. One thing that you will always notice about my fridge organization videos and my homemaking videos is they are very real life. I love those super satisfying TikTok, Instagram reels, whatever. The ones that are just like so satisfying and everything is perfect and everything's just a rainbow. I love it. It's so satisfying and even motivating to watch. However, I'm also like, where's the rest of your food? Like, where's your half-eaten milk jug? Or where is your leftovers? Like, where's all the stuff that you're actually gonna use? I know you have all those colorful fruits and vegetables and that's great, but like you're missing a lot of stuff and it's just missing a lot of functions. So these videos that I share like this are definitely gonna be real life, and I hope that you still find them motivating and enjoyable to watch. But I also hope that you feel like it can actually give you ideas to implement into your own life realistically. All right, now we are getting into the good stuff. It just feels so good when everything is nice and organized and clean. Oh, I love it. So now we're gonna get into, I have my little list of things that I wanna get done. So I do have some veggies sitting over there that I wanna chop up and prep so that we can have them for snacking. We have some berries that were on sale when we went to the store late last night. I also am going to share how to make butter. I'm actually gonna film that on a reel, so I will share that a little bit later too. Boil some eggs, and then we're gonna make almond milk the super easy way. So we got a lot to get done. Let's continue on, and then I'll also share what I'm making for dinner tonight. It'll be so delicious. It's way too easy to make butter from home with only one ingredient. Grab a carton of heavy whipping cream, pour it into your stand mixer or use a hand mixer, and whip it for roughly 8 to 10 minutes. If you stop partway through, you'll get whipped cream, but for butter, keep mixing until the buttermilk begins to separate and the solids begin to look yellow. Next, you'll separate the buttermilk from the butter, and in a separate bowl, begin to knead the butter, rinsing with water. Once it's completely clear of buttermilk, add some salt and spread it onto whatever you like. Comment recipe and I'll send the written out recipe right to your inbox. Okay, bye. Okay, so to boil the eggs, I just use this little egg thing. I actually had to get a new one because the lid got lost over the chaos of the holidays. I'm sure it just, I don't know, looked like something that I could throw out. So I got a different one, but this is I think like $10. I love having boiled eggs because they're just like the perfect snack. You can do them on the go. They're very low carb if you're doing that, but they're just like such a good snack. And I'll just do like salt and pepper, or you know what's really good is if you get everything but the bagel seasoning and you just sprinkle that on. So amazing, so delicious. So anyway, you just have this little tool and it tells you exactly how much water you need if you're doing like soft boiled or hard boiled. I'm just doing hard boiled. You pour it right in and put this on top, and then we'll plug it in and it'll just boil the eggs perfectly.
Be free with me.
As for the almond milk, a lot of times, or like traditionally when you'd make almond milk, you'd have to have raw almonds, soak the almonds overnight or for several hours. Then you need to blend them up with water. Then you have to have a nut milk bag, strain them, like it's a whole thing. This is a less waste, more affordable, probably more affordable, definitely easier option, less time consuming. And this is a new jar, so I actually have to show you guys another little trick. For almond butter, peanut butter, anything where it's like a more natural one, where it's not just totally emulsified in here, but you have like that oil up at the top. If you've gotten that before, you know it's a pain in the butt to get it like fully blended. You have to sit there and stir, and it usually glops up everywhere. It's not really a fun experience, but I have a trick for that. Now, I have shared this in the past, so if you've already seen this trick, then it's just a little reminder, I guess. But basically, you're just going to take your hand blender, put it in, put this on the lowest speed. Like, don't get crazy with it because it will splash up, but this will emulsify it so beautifully. And in my opinion, or in my experience, it typically doesn't need to be like re-stirred, at least not much from this point, because you can just sit there and emulsify it for a while and it's good to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, what I've found is to do like pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every cup of water, do like a tablespoon of almond milk. But you can mess around with that and figure out if you like 2 cups of water to 1 tablespoon or whatever, depending on like how creamy or thin you want it. But what I'm gonna do is actually just fill this up and then pour it into here. That way I know I have the right amount. We're gonna pour that right into our blender. Okay, so this is almost 8 cups and I did just about 7. So I'm gonna do about 7 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, well our eggs are done. I'm just gonna let those cool for a second. Actually, I'm gonna make an ice bath for them. We'll just set this off to the side and that will stop the cooking. Then all you have to do is just blend this up and pour it out.
Mistakes haunt us, but do they really daunt us? Your tongue can be sharp, you've cut me close to the heart, but we can master the art. And the thing is,
All right, now we're gonna make the second one. So we'll pour in our water. You could also add in like dates or something if you wanted it a little sweet. You could do a little vanilla. I don't really think it needed it, but you could. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is the point that if you wanted to, you would add your dates or vanilla in here. And it's neat because you can see like it starts to turn brown and then it quickly, like as you whip it up, it turns white, like regular milk. Just like any kind of homemade thing, you're not gonna have all the chemicals and emulsifiers that they add in and whatever. So although it is blended up, you will just wanna shake it before you pour it out and start drinking it, because things like the little bits will settle at the bottom, and that's totally normal, but there's really no way to get around it unless you want to add in a bunch of other stuff. All right, now here's the coolest part about these containers is you just screw on the top and then it just has a regular pour spout. I probably won't put this in the dishwasher. I didn't see anything that said you could or couldn't. I also forgot to look, but I just don't think I will. But look, that is so cool. Now, like I said, you can see on the bottom, there's those little bits. But all you're gonna do is shake it up before you use it, which we literally do this with any kind of plant milk anyway, and you're good to go. And it's actually so yummy. You can see like all the little specks of almond. Yum.
never be afraid of them. You and I know when we are too far apart, everything just falls apart.
Okay, something that I've shared before. I have these little labels. I've repurchased them probably only once actually, just because they last forever. But these are disintegrating labels, so I can write on here what is in here. I can also write on like the date that I made it or the expiration date or whatever. And then when you go to wash it, it literally just disintegrates right away. And I'm actually just gonna use one label and then we'll know like when it was made. We go through milk very quickly with our boys growing and getting bigger. So I'm not anticipating we're going to be needing to use the expiration, but I will just have it on here. And I'll just put it on the back side so it stays kind of pretty. And then something that I do for our hard-boiled eggs, just to keep track of them, is I actually will draw a little something on them, usually just with a little marker. I don't feel like it ever seeps through, so I feel okay about it. So I'll just dry these off real quick and then write on them. I usually just do literally like a little happy face, and our family just knows, oh, if you see a happy face, that means it's hard-boiled already, so don't try to make an omelet with it. And then I'm actually gonna have to stuff everything in the fridge for a minute because I have to go. I have an appointment that I have to get to, so I'll have to finish this up either later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see.
Close your eyes and we'll be free.
All right, the kids just got off to school and it's 9:05 and I have to leave for an appointment at 10 o'clock. So I don't have a lot of time, and it's actually like not the next day, but the day after. I was just out of the house all day and I did not have time to get in here and food prep and any of that stuff. So I am gonna start pulling out my produce that I'm going to be prepping, and then I'm also gonna share a crock pot meal, and it's gonna be super simple, pretty much a dump and go, just about. It sounds so good. Actually, I haven't made this one yet, but I think it's gonna be good because it's from a book that I always just like love, love, love. Side note, this is our milk, the almond milk. You just have to shake it like I said, but the kids have liked it. It's been so good. I even had a little glass of it because it's still pretty low carb, but it's been a hit, so definitely give that a shot. So anyway, I'm gonna finish grabbing out all the produce and then we'll get to going. All right, I'm gonna show you all the ingredients for this, but we are going to make creamy slow cooker chicken. Like I said, I haven't actually made this one before, but it's from a book that I love all of the recipes from, so I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be delicious and it sounds so good. Okay, so for this recipe, you're going to need chicken, a jar of Alfredo sauce, some spinach, salt and pepper, of course, Parmesan cheese, and sun-dried tomatoes. These are always so, so delicious, and I feel like I don't use them in recipes enough, but they are really, really good. So, oh yeah, and did I mention you also need butter? You are going to use a slow cooker. So I do have my actual true slow cooker. However, I also have, well, this is an Our Place, I don't know, always cooker, I don't know what they call it, I don't remember, but it's basically an Instant Pot. The nice thing about this is you don't have to dirty anything else. So this specific recipe, you do need to just grill the chicken breast on both sides instead of dirtying a skillet. And because I'm running low on time, I'm just gonna do it inside here. So I'm gonna turn it on to the saute function and then just cook the chicken for about 4 minutes on each side. That's what it says to do. All right, so we're gonna turn this on to saute, and basically every Instant Pot that I've ever seen has a saute function, which makes it really nice. If you have an Instant Pot and you didn't know that it has a slow cooker function, check it out. I do still like having a regular slow cooker sometimes, also because I feel like the slow cooker carries, like, it's a lot larger. I just don't have the huge Instant Pot, so that's what I like. So this technically calls for ghee, which is, I believe, just called, like, I think it's just clarified butter. But we're just gonna use good old butter, it'll be fine. So you do about a tablespoon of butter for your fat. And then once this fully heats up, we're going to go ahead and saute the chicken breast right in here. The butter is all melted, so we're just gonna add the chicken right in. Okay, so while this is starting to cook, we are going to combine into a bowl your Alfredo sauce, sun-dried tomatoes, and Parmesan cheese. It's saying 1 cup of Alfredo sauce, but this is like a cup and a half. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I've shared this before, but I am like not usually a measure person. I'm more of like an eyeball gal. Then we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. Again, I'm gonna eyeball it. I think I know what a 1/4 cup looks like typically, so we'll just make do. And then we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese. Again, we're gonna eyeball it. There we go. That looks about good. So like this recipe is not quite a full true dump and go, but it's pretty close, you know? Oh, it smells so good. You guys look, that with chicken, so good. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip this. And I don't think this has to be fully cooked because it is gonna slow cook all this time. I think it's really just to get that nice sear on the chicken. That's kind of my guess of why they wanna do that. And now this recipe is saying it only serves 2. These are huge chicken breasts, and I just feel like this is gonna be way bigger. So this is literally gonna feed my family. Plus, if I want, like what I would do with something like this is I will cook some pasta on the side or some rice or something like that for the kids to have along with this. Then I'll probably serve it with like a salad or something. So that's kind of my plan for this. It says to cook it for 4 hours, but I'm actually gonna be out longer than that. So I'm just gonna do 6 hours and then it'll go to like a keep warm function. So we'll see how that goes. So now that that's nice and brown, I'm just going to cover the chicken with this Alfredo mixture. I love these little rubber scraper tools because they just get everything. You don't waste. Nice. And this is what we're looking like. Then we'll put the lid on and then start. And we're good. We'll let this sit for a while, and when we get home tonight, the house is gonna smell so good. We'll have a delicious low-carb meal, and I'll just cook up some pasta or something for the kids to go along with it. And then also I did wanna say at the end of this, you're just going to add in 2 cups of fresh spinach. Obviously it'll wilt in there, and that just sounds so delicious. So it's like sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, creamy chicken. It's literally making my mouth water. So now that we have dinner done, let's get to prepping the produce. All right, first things first with produce, we are going to start by soaking the produce. I love this container. I got it from Amazon, but basically it's just like a big container on the bottom, and then it has a built-in strainer right here. So you put this in, you can pour all your fruit or veggies in here, soak them in whatever kind of concoction, whether you have like a fruit wash or veggie wash, or you have just baking soda and vinegar, whatever. Soak them in here, then it immediately strains them so you can still reuse this for more produce. And then these I love because they are space saving in your cabinets, but then they can go across your entire sink. It's really huge, or whatever size sink you have, like you have that option. So we're gonna start filling this up. Add a little bit of baking soda and then a little vinegar, just a splash. I'm gonna go ahead and pour these right here as I plop them in. And this little tool is so super handy. It saves you a lot of time. I know it's just one of those like extra tools, but this is a tool that I continuously use.
Ripped jeans and tees never
Okay, so I have found for most fruits and vegetables, mason jars actually work the best. They keep them fresh for like a crazy long time in the fridge. And another thing that helps keep them fresh longer when they're prepped is to put a little paper towel on the very bottom of your container or mason jar, whatever. So you can use this trick, even if you're not using a mason jar, it still works. And I've done this for years. Just gonna fold this. What it does is it actually will just absorb any extra moisture. So I'm just gonna prep these and then we'll grab the berries. So I'm just gonna grab the berries a little, let them dry off on here. Let these start rinsing out of that mixture. I'm gonna start washing the broccoli. I like these. They're like they're just little cotton towels, but I've had them for at least a year. And I love them because you can bleach them, but also they're just, if they do get stained, it's like not a big deal. And it comes in a pack of like 18 or something. And they actually come out really clean because like this towel has gotten berries on it a lot and it still comes out pretty clean. I'm gonna dry those as best I can. And then we'll start pouring them in.
Say with the kids of the indigo, like oh, whoa. Live for these moments like a perfect wave. Don't let the tide wash away these diamond days. No, oh, we're always dreaming. Endless summer rush, like dancing in the deep end. Let's just soak it up. Come on.
Okay, this container I've had for, gosh, it's been, I'm guessing about 2 years. I can go back through my Amazon orders, but I have had this thing for so long. And I love it because it's basically like your DIY charcuterie board. But the cool thing is if you just want a quick snack, you can just grab these out and take whatever amount you want. I guess you could always use it as a container like this. I never have. I always use these. But then you just put this top on. You can see what's in there. We have 2 of them and I use it all the time and I love it. I know I literally said I never have taken these out, but I only have broccoli left for the produce. So I think I am going to because it seems very silly to compartmentalize the same thing, especially because with the way like the room will fit. So for now, we'll just stick these back up here and I will use the same container for our broccoli. So a few hours later, this is what that chicken is looking like that we made in the Instant Pot. slash slow cooker if you decided to do that option. Anyway, once the chicken is all cooked, you're just going to stir up the sauce, and then I just pulled the chicken out onto a cutting board, sliced it up, and honestly, it just kind of falls apart. So I kind of just got like little chunks and diced it up a bit. Then you're going to add that right back into your slow cooker. And then on top of that, you're going to add in some spinach. Now, I didn't do this here, but what I really like to do with spinach whenever I add it into meals is to actually just run my knife through it a little bit. That way I don't have like big chunks of spinach, because sometimes they can almost feel a little bit stringy. I don't know if you guys also have felt that, but my mom and I both feel that way. So typically that's what we do, but either way, this was so delicious. You guys, how good does that look? So for my kids, I just went ahead and boiled up some pasta, had little Parmesan butter noodles, and they loved it. They actually mixed it up together and it was so good. And then for me, I just made up a big salad and had this kind of on the side of that, and it was so delicious. This is literally a meal in itself. It's so good. You guys have to try this one. And the leftovers were so yummy. I even made a little omelet with the leftover chicken and it was super delicious. So just a little idea for some leftovers on that. Also, I cannot finish up this video without sharing how our fridge turned out. Now, this was actually a couple days later. That way you kind of get to see how the fridge actually looks as we're living with it and as we're enjoying it. And I'm really loving the organization. I really feel like I didn't super over organize the fridge, but I did just enough to kind of keep things going in there. And it really feels like it's going to be easy to maintain because, like I said, it's not overly organized and there's still plenty of room for leftovers and real life living in there. And super side note, that almond milk was seriously such a hit. It's super easy to make. So if you want to make some affordable and really nice quality almond milk, give this one a shot. You guys are gonna love it. And stay tuned for next week's video because I have a super motivating cleaning video. We're gonna do like a whole home reset. You do not want to miss it. If you made it all the way to the end, drop your favorite emoji in the comments. You are so amazing. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Looking for a hero, look inside the mirror. I found one. Oh, carry the hurt when it gets too hard. Pick it up, dust it off. When I fall down 11, I get up 12. Don't need nobody else. Yeah, I can save myself.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a whole home, entire home reset, or at least whatever I can get done today. It's been a busy day and honestly just my home, as usual, it just needs a little love. So we are going to go through it, but I want to do this a little bit differently because I really want to find a good way to reset my home in a reasonable amount of time, in a reasonable manner. And I want to try to figure out how I can do this without getting so sidetracked and getting on all those like little side projects where all of a sudden I thought I was just tidying my kitchen and now I'm like scrubbing all my oven grates or something. You know what I mean? You know how it goes. So I came up with a little system. Today's my first day of trying it. We shall see. And I literally wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. So we are going to clean today top to bottom, and then we are going to clutter and clean. So with clutter, when I find clutter, basically just any items, we are going to either put them away where they go, or I'm going to declutter them, which is perfect. Now we get a little bonus declutter, but it's like quick. It's just like either put it away or declutter it, either one. And then after that, we are going to clean. But my caveat with this is I'm only going to clean things that I can either wipe down or vacuum. So we are just like surface cleaning. That way we're not deep cleaning everything. So scrubbing, that's not part of a reset. We are just resetting our home. We're not deep cleaning. So we have a lot to get done. I'm gonna get through as much of the house as I can today. Let's go.
I wanna hear you say
Also, there are two things I forgot to mention. We are only tackling clutter that I can see. So that means everything inside of those, that's gonna be a detour. That's gonna keep me from getting my whole home reset. And it's gonna get this room really perfect, but it's not what I have in mind today. So any clutter that I can see is fair game. Any clutter behind a cabinet or behind a door, not today. That's for another day. The other thing that I wanted to say is just to kind of keep myself accountable, I am gonna do my best to remember to time myself in each room. And my goal is to do 5 to 10 minutes per room. And I think that's a reasonable goal. So we'll see. Let's go. I am going to start with a quick domino chore. I've talked about this so many times. A domino chore is something that you can do fairly quickly, but it's something that actually motivates you to go. So I'm dragging today. I've already had a day and it's like 2 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 2:15, and I've already had a full day, but it's still time to get things done. So I'm gonna do a quick domino tour. Typically I start in my bedroom by making my bed, or I go in the kitchen just because those are like very motivating to me. My kitchen will take too much time and I'm not ready to deal with my bedroom quite yet today. So I'm gonna do laundry. You can always find a load of laundry and it's something to get the ball rolling. So I'm gonna swap out laundry. I don't need to fold this right now. I can set it in my room, deal with that a little later, and then we'll jump into my office and we'll kind of work the front to back on my house. All right, I have my laundry basket, which is going to serve as my declutter bin. I already have an old backpack that I just had washed that I'm going to go ahead and donate. The kids no longer use it, and then we'll keep that in mind as we go through the room. Top to bottom, clutter and clean. There we go.
Walking with a fresh face, sipping on some lemonade, trying to catch these sun rays every day like Saturday. Ooh, I think I need a tan. This feel like a holiday. No, I ain't no weatherman, but there ain't no chance of rain. And if there is, we gon' dance in it. It's a kind of good vibe that we can't resist. Yeah, quick smile where the camera is.
This right here is our guest bedroom. If you didn't see that video, I will link it up here in the iCards and also down in the description box. But I recently completely redid this bedroom, and by the way, I'm loving this bed storage. It just is so perfect. My mom is actually staying with me right now, which I'm always so incredibly grateful for. So that's been a lot of fun to have her here. But anyway, I'm just kind of packing away a few things in there and then heading back over into my office to continue not only cleaning, but doing like the little bitty decluttering here and there. And then you guys look at these little prints. I ordered them on Amazon for, I believe it was like $10 for this set of 10, maybe it was $11, but it's so cool because there were just lots of print options. And then also it came in a pack of tons of different sizes, like 8x10s, 5x7s, 4x6s. So you can literally just fill up a ton of picture frames in your home with like very minimal effort and for really cheap.
Strings like a cello. This is how life's supposed to be. Share this feeling globally. Keep my circle close to me. I'm so free, yeah, I'm so unique. Living for the moments. Like this, like this, like this. Everything's golden. I'm feeling good and I won't stop now. No, no, no. Today is my day. I got dreams they can't wait. I've been riding away. Yeah, I'm finally getting paid. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Today is my day.
Alright. My first 10-minute timer for this room is up. So I took all 10 minutes. I haven't done the floors and I haven't wiped anything down. I did just wipe down my desk maybe a week ago, so I think that one's gonna be okay. I feel like I don't really need to wipe stuff down that much. Really, I just have to do the floors. So I'm actually gonna have our robot vacuum go ahead and take care of the floors for me while I go into the next space. You probably saw Liam just there bringing some of their clean clothes back up to their rooms upstairs. But this was actually a day when the kids were all home from school. I love those days. I just think they're really fun. However, it is difficult to get all the home stuff done when all the kids are around, especially if you have little kids. So on this day, I really, really loved this focused home reset method because it doesn't require constant attention. I was able to go in and out of cleaning, pause, do something with the kids, pause, take them, get back to cleaning. And I felt like it was just very, very doable. So I would absolutely recommend this method. Top to bottom, clutter and clean, put the items away or declutter them. And then the only cleaning you're doing is actually wiping down or vacuuming. If you come into contact with a basket like I have here, where it just has a bunch of odds and ends that needs to get distributed, if you feel like you can tackle this within your 5 or 10 minute or whatever timer you're setting for yourself, then go ahead and do it. I definitely am not going to be able to. However, if I see something initially that I know where it goes, I can put that away. And then I'm gonna set this somewhere, maybe somewhere kind of annoyingly that I will then want to deal with it. However, that section of shoes, I need to declutter a bunch of them, and I can do that in a few minutes. So I'm gonna set this on my bed, so I'll deal with it later, and we'll tackle the shoes. So as I'm decluttering these shoes, it's reminding me that I'm going to be decluttering my entire closet and actually all of my clothes all around our bedroom as well this coming week. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait.
You love dancing in the rain. You never mind a cloudy day. You make the world a better place. Yeah, you love dancing in the rain. You love talking on the phone. You do things other people don't. You make sure no one feels alone. You love talking on the phone. Don't know how I found you. I guess that dreams come true when you least expect them to. Ain't life funny? How did I get so lucky?
Okay, so even though I'm saying like, let's just focus on the top areas, don't do deep cleaning, I will say if you want, if you have the time, it is nice to give a little extra focus to a few kind of external areas. So not necessarily deep in a cabinet or a closet or something, but for today, for example, I am going to actually deep clean my couch a little bit. I'm gonna pull all the cushions off, vacuum inside of it. I've been holding onto this like leather salve. It looked like it's literal magic for our couch, and I just haven't ever gotten around to it. I mean, really, it's that I haven't made time for it. But I have also this little kit that's like a little brush and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling this apart, vacuuming it out, and then using the leather salve on this and seeing how it goes. I'm hoping it'll work really, really well to give these couches a little bit more vibrancy. But that is one thing, like I said, if you have time, you can go a little above and beyond on certain specific small little areas, and it will make a big difference in just making your home feel more clean. So let's try it out.
You're always finding your own way. You love riding on a train. Don't know how I found you. I guess that dreams come true when you least expect them to. Ain't life funny? How did I get so lucky?
Once I got the big stuff vacuumed up, I went in with the little attachments and I started vacuuming up all the little messes that were kind of stuck in on the couches. And honestly, it just felt so good to get it deep clean. And I know I'm talking about this method a lot, but I just have to say I'm loving it so much because it really helped me to stay on task on this day and not get so distracted with a ton of random side projects. But I was able to kind of incorporate some planned side projects that I've been wanting to get done because I was otherwise staying really focused. So anyway, it just worked super well.
So vague, and I hate it. I hate it the way that you say that you've wasted my time. I was
gonna try this on an inconspicuous spot in case it doesn't work well.
Just to push it aside, and I hate it. Don't you hate it? You know I said I wouldn't call.
All right, I have two different solves and I'm not really sure which one I'm liking better. So I'm gonna let this sit and kind of like dry out, and I'll see, and then I'll come back later another day and work on this. But at least I got the couch all cleaned out. I haven't gotten too distracted with my side projects, and we'll get going on the rest of it. It ended up being a really good thing that I didn't continue using that solve on the rest of the couch, because that solve, actually both of the canisters that I had, both left kind of a tacky feeling on the backs of the cushions, even like a day or two later after they dried. So I'm probably just going to be sticking to my usual liquid leather conditioner. I kind of was hoping that the solve would be something that would last a little bit longer, because I do think I have to use the liquid leather conditioner somewhat frequently. But unless somebody can tell me what I was doing wrong with that leather solve, I just did not have any luck with it. So that is exactly why I tell you guys all the time, you want to try those new products in more inconspicuous areas. And like, even if it works good for me, doesn't mean it's going to work well for your specific item. So definitely try it out first in a little hidden area and then go from there.
I won't miss you. Won't miss you. Nostalgia doesn't mean I want you. Take my life, then give it back. Give it back. The most wanted on my favorite playlist. Don't worry, baby, it'll pass. Deep breath in my brain noise. I don't need a minute to think. Probably high up on the memories that I replay of a favorite day. Don't worry, baby, I'll be right where you left me, stuck in sentimental dreams and photographs. Are we living in the good times past? Nostalgia sends me dreams of summer, but I don't want to live my past.
Several weeks ago, I put away our hot cocoa bar. We usually only have that around Christmas time. And so now I'm just kind of remaking a coffee bar, if you will, although this is not coffee. This is actually mud water. This is just what we have instead of coffee. It's technically a coffee replacement, although I didn't drink coffee prior to this. So this is just kind of like a cozy, warm drink that you can have, but it has some really great ingredients and it has lots of benefits, and there's no caffeine crash. So if you want to try out mud water, I'll link it down below, but I've been drinking it for several years and I just love it. It's kind of like a cacao cinnamon drink. It tastes really good. I will say in the beginning, it's a little bit earthy tasting, but add a little splash of creamer and you're golden.
Living in the good times past. Deep breath in my brain noise. I don't need a minute to think. Probably high up on the memories that I replay of a
If you missed my recent cleaning hack video, I shared, I believe, 10 hacks plus a few of my own little bonus tips in there. And then I also shared a dishwasher detergent recipe, which literally costs like pennies. So definitely check that one out if you have not seen that video. It was super neat. And I just kind of went through some viral hacks that I've seen online, and some I was totally a fan of and some were a little bit of a flop, but it was fun to kind of try those different things and share them with you guys. And you guys shared so many good hacks in the comments. So for anyone who did share a hack with me, thank you so much. I'm excited to be trying them out.
living in the good times past.
I love that quote that I just put up on the screen. I honestly get caught up in that thought so often. I'll wait on doing something until I can do it perfectly. I'm definitely not just like throw something out there, do something that I don't think I can do well. Like, I will really try to plan a lot and just make sure that I'm doing something to the best of my ability. And if I feel like I can't do it to the best of my ability at this time, I just kind of wait on it. And I actually feel like that steals so much from my life. I don't know if any of you guys are like that too, but to me, I definitely feel like I need to focus more on progress over perfection and not just get stuck in that paralysis stage.
every golden sunrise breaking through the leaves. Songbirds in the morning, an ancient melody. These are the gifts we're given that make life worth living. Never lose the wonder written in your soul. Hold on to the thunder.
Okay, so we are in my room. It's actually like 10:30 at night. I'm just gonna finish this up today so that tomorrow I'll be good to go, and everywhere except for like the boys' bedrooms is pretty much tidied, and I'll do my bathroom tonight too. I have to say this has worked out really well. My whole like top to bottom and then clutter and clean. I feel like that's worked out because it's kept me from going to get distracted by a lot of stuff. And also I felt like I haven't gotten really bored cleaning. I mean, I've been able to go in different rooms, and then I have different things like the kids are home, so I'm able to kind of still be mom and still get other things done while still getting our home nice and clean and reset and put together. So you guys can try it out. I feel like it's worked very well today.
Teach you to let love be the guide. You got a song worth singing and a fire to lead you on. Keep on running, keep on running. Keep on running.
This is my favorite lotion. I keep finding it at TJmaxx. So if you guys come across this scent, it's the Raw Sugar brand. It's so good. I love this stuff. You know, catnip for the cats.
Looking in the rearview, see the new road before you. Don't give up, you've only just begun. Keep on running, keep on running.
Okay, so it was probably like 3 weeks ago, maybe, I don't know. I moved this bench over here because I just didn't like it in front of our bed now that we got this other Facebook Marketplace bed frame, and then I didn't like where we put the dog bed. So I'm actually gonna pull this out. I don't even know if I'll keep this. I might just like resell it on Facebook Marketplace, but for now I'm gonna pull it out and then put the dog bed in here. The house is kind of settled down. I'm able to kind of put a little bit more time into the room versus just like doing exactly like clutter and clean. I'm doing a little bit of extra stuff.
Impersonate you on the line. I'm feeling sober, but my head is spinning. Your eyes are heavy on my mind. Started a fire, got you in my lungs now. I learned to speak your native tongue. A California sunrise, it feels like I've been living inside a dream. Intoxicated by these feelings. Ooh, got me falling off track now. Sitting pretty when you're calling all the facts out. You and I put the music in the back when we park the car. Soon, you're gonna feel me in your own space. Nothing to it when we're moving at a good pace. You and I were never putting in the race, gonna run so far.
Honestly, I completely ended up losing all of my steam in my bedroom. I think it was just because by the time I got to my bedroom, it was so late in the evening. And sometimes I get that extra boost of energy that comes later in the evening, but I just did not get it on this night. So I went ahead and finished up my bedroom, vacuumed the floors, and then I finished the bathroom the next day. And I also wanted to say I did go up and work on my kids' bedrooms a little bit with them, but I didn't film that. So we actually did get a lot done on this day.
Magic in your eyes. A roll of thunder and a flash of yellow light. I'm blind again, but it's alright. Ooh, she's the ocean, I'm the waves. Sitting steady when I'm crashing on the bay. collapsing when I'm taking in the breeze, going slow. Ooh, she's a standing out the rain. Feel the heat whenever she walks in the way. Is it real or am I living in a dream? I don't know. Ooh, got me falling off track now. Sitting pretty when you're calling all the facts out. You and I put the music in the back when we park the car. Soon, you're gonna feel me in your own space. Nothing to do when we're moving at a good pace. You and I, we're never putting in the race, gonna run so far.
Alrighty, this is what I got done in one day with lots and lots of breaks with my kids, making dinner, just kind of everyday stuff going on because it's so unrealistic to just spend your entire day focusing on your home. I feel like sometimes that's what our home demands, but realistically, that's just not how it works most of the time. So even though I did have to wait until the next day to get my bathroom done, it really did feel so good to have so much accomplished and have our home truly start to feel like it's being reset. Okay, it's a new day. I totally lost my steam and I just had a bunch of other stuff going on, but I'm back in my bathroom. We're gonna do the same thing. We're doing top to bottom, clutter and clean. Obviously start with your clutter. I'm going to clear off countertops, then I'm gonna clean top to bottom. Again, I'm not deep cleaning in here today, only anything that I can wipe or vacuum. Let's go.
Wish on every shooting star that you still come back to my.
Also, I just wanted to note, I have been actually using my eye masks since I decluttered a ton and I've been more intentional. I've just put them on like randomly after my shower, and I even got a new pack because I ran out of a bunch of my other ones. So I'm doing much better with that.
I can make a little room for us. I wish on every shooting star.
These were only $4 and it came with 2 packs. So I'm probably gonna give one to my mom or one of my sisters. And I think you just put them in the fridge and they're like little like depuffing reusable eye patches. I think that's so cool. And rosemary oil and castor oil for my hair. My sister has been struggling with like some hair loss and she got some and she has said it's made such a big difference. She has like a ton of baby hairs now. So the only thing is I need to remember to do this before I have to shampoo because you definitely want to shampoo. I think I just need to like leave this out because I keep trying to put it away so it looks prettier, but we'll leave it out. Here I'm just getting real with myself on which shower products I actually use and which ones I constantly overlook and pick over and do something else. It is time to declutter. And one thing that I want to say is I love doing these mini declutters like this. It's so realistic and you get such a big impact over time. I feel like back when my kids were younger, I basically never did huge declutters. I just did like constant little daily decluttering like that. And my home was really never cluttered because I just kept up on it little by little. And sometimes I feel like that's a little bit more realistic way to do it. So if that's an option for you, I would highly recommend it. Let me know if you're planning on trying out this simple home reset method. Like I've said the whole video, I just was so impressed with how well it worked, and I'm so grateful that I was able to reset my home and just make it feel so much more peaceful for my family. And also, I just wanted to show you guys, this is what I decluttered with like my little mini decluttering as I was resetting my home. It feels so good. And stay tuned because I'm going to be decluttering my closet this coming week, and I'm so excited to share all of that motivation with you as well. If you stay to the end, make sure you comment an emoji down below. I'm so incredibly grateful for you. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Walking tight, say the lightning, like how you move.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are bouncing all around the house and I'm going to be doing a little cleaning reset, but I also want to just declutter. I'm not going to be decluttering like super specific areas, but like I know I want to declutter our boys' rooms, our butler's pantry, just kind of like hop around and get lots of decluttering. I really want to clear out the house. And actually a big goal of mine this year is to really put into place a lot of organization, but I'm a big believer that you cannot organize a bunch of clutter. Like it's just not really going to work out. So before we go into organizing everything in a little bit, in a few weeks or in the next coming months, I really want to just fully declutter everything that I can. And I want to be more brutal like I was like a few months ago when I had my sister's help. So we have a lot to get done. Let's get into it. Also, my mother-in-law is coming in along with another family member. And so they are going to be sleeping like in some of the kids' bedrooms. So I want to get everything not only cleaned in here, I also want to like strip the beds, wash the laundry, all that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm going to start. Then we'll head back downstairs, get some cleaning, get some decluttering done. And then I think I'm actually gonna come in here and see what the kids are no longer using in their rooms so we can create a little bit more peace in these spaces, not only for my kids, but also just for the family that's visiting so that it's a more peaceful space. And then when they go home, the kids will be left with a more calm space for them as well. So we have a lot to get done. Let's go. Okay, so I feel like every time I come into my kids' room, there's so many comments like, you should not be cleaning your kids' bedrooms. And I know it's good for them to clean their spaces. And typically they do. Like, I feel like I very rarely come in and just fully clean their bedrooms for them. Oh, I can't get my clip. But also, side note, how pretty is this little claw clip? It was like a 2-pack for $4 or $5 from tjmaxx. Oops. I know like when my mom would go clean my room as a kid, it was just so nice because I feel like adults are able to clean your spaces, especially moms. You're able to clean spaces a lot better than definitely kids in most circumstances. And so it's nice to just like come in and have them really like reset your space, and then it's easier for you to kind of maintain it. Now, I definitely think we need to do our part of like teaching our kids all this stuff and having them do their own thing. That's why they're home still, is we can still like teach them, and we can even teach them through our own action and all that kind of stuff. So I don't just take care of my kids' rooms. Don't worry, we are teaching them to clean up after themselves, but sometimes this is just what has to be done.
Here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the unknown? Oh, oh, oh. What do I know?
By the way, if you saw last week's video, it was just like a home reset I did all around the house. I had a really good technique that worked so well. It was like, I kind of talked about it in that video, so I'll link it up here, but it helped me go through the house without getting so distracted. But random note, I did like a leather conditioner. After days and days, this one finally feels okay, which is the first one I used. And then I used the second one, and this one still feels like tacky. I honestly wouldn't recommend either of them, but I just wanted to update you guys because we kind of left that one hanging, and thumbs down from me. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it's no good.
Of that reality, don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go?
One thing that I've just recently noticed in the past few months is I used to wipe down my fridge with my cloths, like my general purpose cloth, this little fuzzy one, and then finish it with the glass and polishing cloth. It's the best combo for stainless steel, all this stuff. It's so good. But I used to do this like every day, at least every other day, because we had little kids and there were just constant smudges all over the fridge and all over the things. It's something that I used to talk about even like in my old cleaning videos is I'm probably gonna miss the days that I'm not wiping them down all the time because my kids are old enough to not leave smudges constantly. And it's just funny because I just realized, I was like, gosh, I used to do that all the time and I don't feel like I do that anymore. And I look at my fridge and it's like, yeah, I haven't done that in the week. And I mean, there's a few fingerprints, of course, but it's not the messy, grimy, like fingerprints that I used to have. And it's just funny how those things happen and you don't even realize that they're happening. Like, I listened to a little video of my son, my youngest, just from 2 years ago. And he would kind of mispronounce words. He would kind of do a soft R and just different things. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize he didn't say it that way anymore. I didn't realize like his voice had changed, all these things, because they happen so gradually. And it makes me really sad because, I mean, it makes me happy to watch them grow, but it makes me sad because it's like you don't even realize how quickly things just kind of are slipping through your fingers, and really just time. Time is like the biggest enemy to me. It just, everything slips away, and no matter how hard I just try to grasp, like you can never keep it. But anyway, random, not really a point to it, just like in my feels. And I'm like, I'm gonna clean the fridge, and it's like, yeah, I don't totally have to, like there are some, but there is definitely not the fingerprints that used to be there. So anyway, if you're in that stage with your kids, if they're little and tiny and you're wiping their fingerprints off constantly, I know it sounds cliche, but enjoy it, because I'm sad right now in this moment that I don't have a ton of little tiny baby fingerprints to wipe off my fridge. Another random thing, I can no longer recommend the Better Homes and Gardens silverware that I have previously recommended. When I got them, I kept them for about a month until I shared them because I wanted to make sure that they were holding up. And they held up beautifully, like so good. But I know we had them for several months, and then it was like all of a sudden the coloring just started dissipating from them, and it was like so bizarre because they were perfect and then they just took a hard turn, and I've been so bummed about that. I'm sure it's past like the return window. I don't know if there's something I can do, like reaching out to them and letting them know, but I do want to let you guys know, like I will no longer be linking my current gold silverware. The black silverware that we had for like 5 years, maybe even 6 years previously, I love that stuff, and it never discolored, and I'm so bummed about that silverware. So if I have recommended it to you and you have purchased it, I'm sorry. I did share it only when I felt like, yeah, this is really holding up really well, but it's just not that way anymore. So go with a different option. I will link below my black silverware that we had before. It's from Amazon. It's actually about this, it's close to the same price, and that one does come in gold. So I'm thinking I'm gonna order that one in gold and see how that holds up, and fingers crossed when I get that in, you guys will hear me rave about that just like I raved about my black silverware. But anyway, long story short, don't get that kind from Walmart, unfortunately. I'm so shocked because I literally don't think I found anything like that from them that I haven't been super happy with, but that one is a no-go.
Walking tightrope, say the lightning, like how you.
I don't have any like big mess to clean. I just did this the other day, but there's like a little stuck on mess kind of in here. It just got cooked on a little bit. And if you use, these are like my two favorite right now, is either the Molly Suds Sink Scrub or the Green Leaf Sink and Tub Scrub. Both of these work good. I think this one's a little more affordable. And then the Molly Suds I just get from Thrive Market if you order from them. But it like just takes off any cooked on spills or any cooked on messes so easily. Like, you know how the bottom of your pans get so yucky sometimes? Well, the bottom of my caraway pans were pretty yucky the other day, and I just went through, and my mom was just like shook. Like, she was so shocked how well it cleaned. So anyway, if you have a big mess, like I said, I don't have a big mess to show you guys today because I did it all the other day, but something to try out.
I would swim across the ocean to hold on to you.
since we're gonna be getting into allergy season, check out your local town, see if you can find, even go on Facebook Marketplace, see if you can find some local honey. I swear it does wonders. I've shared this a bunch, but also if you get pollen, sometimes the local honey places will sell pollen, and it's just like little tiny like balls of pollen. You can put it on your tongue, but it will make a big difference because the bees are pollinating the areas around you. And so then it's like you get that natural immunity to whatever's gonna bug your allergies. So anyway, I'm putting away some honey, but we just picked some up, so it reminded me. I've been making our own homemade butter and it's so good. So I'll put that reel over here on the side, or I'll link it down below or something, but it's super, super easy and so, so delicious.
When you talk to me, you know the time flies into memories. And you sing to me, baby, you're the song in a melody. I got sunshine, it's okay, it's alright. Don't be so shy, all day, all night. Yeah, I need to know, do you wanna go fast, do you wanna go slow? I could be solo, but everything's brighter when you say hello. I got sunshine, it's okay, it's alright. Don't be so shy, all day, all night. Out of summer when you go and get sad, all I'm saying is I want you glad. Got sunshine, I got sunshine. Don't be so shy, I got sunshine. It's okay, it's alright.
Okay, we are going to fold the bloom towels. I've shared how to fold this in the past. I think I did a reel on it over on Instagram, but I haven't shared with you guys in a while, so I'm gonna share it with you today. First of all, bloom towels, I love them so much. They are my favorite, the best ever kitchen towel ever you will ever get. They are so good. Super absorbent, super good size. They have a little tab right here. They are double-sided with the cutest prints, and I have been able to collab with them and design my own prints. So I do have a collection currently available. My first collection is completely sold out. I'm not sure if we'll end up bringing that one back or not, but right now I do have one collection available with them that we've restocked. So I'll have that link down below, and I believe my coupon is just Amanda, and it'll get you 15% off your entire order, even if it's other towels, not my collection. Like, they have a beautiful Valentine's Day set right now. They'll be having their spring set really soon. Like, they have a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how to fold the towels. I learned this actually from Bloom Towels. So what you're gonna do is you lay pretty side down. They're both pretty. You just pick your favorite. You're gonna fold a little piece underneath. Then you're going to fold it in to thirds, and then depending, and you can do this with any towel. It's really nice with bloom towels because they're like thinner, so they're not super bulky, but this is nice to store them. It takes up like no space, and it's just really nice to grab whichever one you want. Then you're gonna start folding it down little by little, and when you first do this fold, you will learn if you need to make your folds like shorter or taller, or if you need to do an extra fold, like 4 folds or 5 folds, whatever. And then you basically just put it into that pocket. And sorry, I did that one a little fast, but we have more, so I'll keep showing you the fold. Anyway, and then you are left with this cutie little envelope, and you can see the print that you want. So like, this one's a Christmas towel. I'm actually gonna pack this one up till next year. I put my favorite side down, do my little bottom fold it into thirds, fold, 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 final fold. Then you have your pocket right here, and you're going to flip it inside of itself right like that. And I swear this like does not take very long, especially once you do it the first few times. Don't do it once and be like, oh my gosh, this took so long. It's like anything, you get used to it, and then you can do it very quickly. And it's so nice because then you can just stack them up, like it can stack on itself, and you can just see exactly what you have. So there we go. Okay, we are going to get into the decluttering over there and then we'll head upstairs and get all that done. But I wanted to show you guys this. So this is, I believe, no longer available. I will check and see and I'll link it below. And it's literally $10. This is like a mini slow cooker. This is just the Beautiful brand. It's something that they have in the fall and in the winter. They have it on like a special at Walmart. One of my friends has just been so incredibly amazing. I mean, she's always so good, but she's like helped me so much lately. And so I really just wanted to do something special for her. And I had one of these extra because I got a couple for Christmas gifts. And I thought this was perfect. I love this so much because you can actually make sauces and all that kind of stuff with it. You could even make like hot cocoa, that would be so nice. But you can also do simmer pots and I love them and I think she's gonna love it too. So basically I'm just gonna make this up. The one that I'll link from Walmart is $10. This one, sometimes it's like 2 for $15 or it'll be like 2 for $20. So it's about the same price, but like I said, they don't always have this in stock. I think it's just like a specialty thing. Either way, they're really not that expensive. And this is just such like a fun gift idea. You can give it to your neighbors, you can give it to friends, you can give it as a housewarming gift, whatever. So you have your little baby mini crock pot, just like that. But to make it special, I'm gonna put what she needs to make her first simmer pot. So I'm just gonna do an orange that I have on hand into one of these little cellophane bags or whatever, the plastic baggies. You can even use a Ziploc bag if you don't have this. I just happen to have these on hand. I'm gonna pour in some cranberries. And then I'm gonna stick in my very last lone cinnamon stick. And what you're gonna do is she'll slice up this orange, pour the cranberries in, pour the cinnamon stick in, and then fill it to the top with water. And she can turn it on low or high. And it will just smell your house up so beautifully without heating everything up because it's just a small little crock pot. You don't have to worry about leaving your stove on because typically with a simmer pot, you would put it on your stove, put your stove to simmer, hence why it's called a simmer pot. Then that's going to smell up your house. So you can absolutely do that. For me and my cluttered mind that is always thinking of 1,000 things, I constantly forget that my stove is on and then I go over and I'm like, wow, it literally is trying to burn up all the water and start a fire in my house. So I instead decide to do my crock pot. It like, I don't know, it isn't an issue in the crock pot. So there we go. Literally takes you like 5 minutes to put this together. Seriously, like such a cute little gift. If you wanted to, you could put a little bow on this. You could tie a ribbon around it or something. I think it's just fine as it is. And I'm just gonna probably write up a little card and give that to her. But anyone that you just wanna say like, thanks for being there for me, or I appreciate you, I'm thankful you're in my life, grab them a simmer pot, grab whatever fruit you want. You can even do like apples and cinnamon. It does not have to be anything crazy, just whatever kind of fruit and like a spice that you want. And then you fill it with water and it will smell like that. So good. Oh, you could do like lemons or like lemon and apple. The possibilities are endless. Simmer pots are amazing. And it's the gift that will keep on giving in their home and I love it. So there we go. All right, laundry I hear is finished. So time to swap that so that I can have that drying while we continue working, while we declutter some stuff. The laundry cycle never ends. But then we'll go into the butler's pantry and I will declutter all the cabinets in there. And you guys, it is so needed. It's a mess.
Every golden sunrise breaking through the leaves. Songbirds in the morning, an ancient melody. These are the gifts we give.
And by the way, I know I talked about these bags a while ago. I'm not the biggest fan of them because they are not sturdy, so they work, but I am not loving them. They're very collapsible.
Never lose the wonder written in your soul. Hold on to the thunder shaking in your bones. You got a song worth singing and a fire to lead you home.
Alright, welcome to my Weller's pantry. This is like the little space between our pantry and our kitchen right in here. I have some declutter bins. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be decluttering, but I think I'm probably going to be trashing some things that just have not gotten used and I'm thinking they're expired. Truth moment, my mom came in here and she was like, you might want to go through your butler's pantry area. Like, you might want to go through these cabinets, because I was peeking in there the other day and it was like 2022, 2021, 2023, like whatever, it's expired. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think so. So here we go. So in these cabinets, I have a few different kind of sections. This one actually gets used quite a lot by me. This is like my whatever eating way I'm on. So when I was doing AIP a few years ago, this was where I put that stuff. When I did paleo, this was my cabinet. I've been doing clean keto for a while. This is my cabinet. So it goes through there, but there are definitely different things that, like, I will get something and then it's like, I just don't like it. And I keep it in here, not wanting to waste it. But then in the end, like, it expires or something. So that's this cabinet. I'll go through that in a minute. Then this cabinet is like bread on the bottom, and then the rest is kind of like supplements, vitamins, things like that. That one's gonna be a mess to go through. And then this cabinet is kind of like random. So we have our blender in here, and then kind of like a bunch of just random bits that really I could put in the pantry and that would be better. It's just, this is like a lower area that I can get to easier, so I kind of put some overflow in there. But I would actually like all of that to just be in the pantry, and then that cabinet can either be empty or do something different. So that's where we're at. All right, we're gonna do this very, very quickly. I'm gonna pull things out. If I'm not using it, it's out of here. And I'm hoping I can really narrow this down and just make this be what I really need it to be. Magnesium, this drink is so good and I do use it. These are my Alani packet drinks. This is like my favorite kind, is the cherry slush flavor. It's just super good. These are nice. I'm gonna keep these. This is like coconut flour, coconut sugar, all that kind of stuff. I literally don't use these all the time. It's cacao nibs. And so I just don't even need to keep this excess, I don't think. So this is gone. Like some little sugar alternatives. These I just never eat. So I'm gonna toss these little cups of these back on the go. These are from Costco and they're so good. It's like if you just want a little extra something, and it's only 1 gram of net carbs. And then these wisps are also super good. So these are good to stay. Nuts. These are really good. They're like little peanut butter cups. I'm not a huge fan of the Quest chips, so I'm probably gonna see if like somebody else in the house wants them. Otherwise, I'll probably just get rid of them. Here, I just have like little goodie things to kind of take with me. So like these kind 0 bars are from Thrive Market. I love them. These brownies are okay, but I will still keep these ones and just grab them. These ones are like little, what are they called? Reese's Pieces. They're 2 net carbs. So yummy. Oh, and then these, I forgot about these. These are 2 net carbs. They're like little lemon drops. They're so good. These are from Aldi. They're such a good deal. Little cheese crisps. Some more nuts. These I actually don't ever eat, but I think other people in the house will eat, so I'll just put them back in the pantry. These are great. These are pumpkin seeds, and they're only 1 net carb for a 1/4 cup, so that's a good one. These ones are actually from Thrive Market. So this is like a blueberry muffin and lemon poppy seed, and I'll just make a bunch and then I'll put them in the freezer, put them in the fridge, and they're so good because then you have like that yummy like bakery treat, but it's actually keto. So I was able to consolidate this a little bit, and this is like all of my little keto baking goodies, so I can have them all up here. And then up above on top is just kind of like my leftover overflow of like different coconut sugars or different types of flours, gluten-free flours, things like that. So I'm gonna leave that up there. But now all of this is reorganized and I have a lot of things that I'm tossing out. All right, let's get into the medicine cabinet. Oh, so we have bread, tortillas, this one's Oreos. Okay, so these, I'm gonna see maybe if my mom wants them, because I've given them to my kids a few times and every time they're like, I hate these, and they pretty much refuse to eat them until they forget the next time that they don't like them. So this is a no-go for our house. These are like rock hard, I'm sure. All right, so I'm sure these are expired. Yeah, they are like 8 months expired. These also were not a hit with my kids, so I think we're just gonna toss them. So as I go in here, never use that. All right, I know these are out of date because my mom literally was like, these are expired by a lot. 2021, 2022. And then I'm guessing a lot of these are actually gonna be good because these are just kind of like my overflow. This was from when I was gonna try to make my own yogurt. This is just overflow stuff. I would say this is like unofficially like the drink area when we have random drink stuff. But I've definitely noticed like if we don't actually just stick them out like this, they do not get used up. Ramen. And more ramen that should be in the pantry. I never remember buying these, so I don't know where those came from. I do love these suckers. They're from Yum Earth. And so I will get these when I go to places like tjmaxx. They have them on sale there, and so I'll grab them when I see them and then just kind of stock up here. So these actually will go here, but it'll be nice to have it reorganized up here. And then super random, but these are really cool little gadgets. You turn them on, and it seems like it's gonna do absolutely nothing, but it actually keeps the flies away from your food. So they just recharge right here. So that's kind of what those are, but I wonder if maybe having them up there isn't the best idea. We can kind of move them over here. And black lights to find scorpions. These I got when we went camping this summer, and I ended up not eating them, but they're like keto friendly marshmallows, and I just don't know if I'm gonna really like them. I'll put them in my keto cabinet, and well, if I don't try them like this week, I'll throw them out. Okay, all of this is just stuff that's like expired. I'll dump that out. And then this is just like random trash stuff. Some things are expired. Yeah. And then these items actually will go upstairs. I'm gonna see if my mom wants these. And that's that little declutter.
My baby, I like you. My baby, I die for you. See you, you know, see you. My baby, you know, right with you. My baby, I don't cover that, I die for you. I pray to the Lord, I rise to the Lord. Gonna greet the Lord, I pray to the Lord. Fatumata Jambele, everything being safe again, everything for your Jambele, oh Jambele, oh yeah.
All right, we are up in the boys' room, and I got home a little bit ago from taking my mom to the airport. It was so sad to take her back home, but it's good for her to be back home, and it's just always good to get home and get back to routines. But last night I had a little bit of a mom fail because I finished up the kitchen and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna spend the rest of the night with my mom, and the kids got home and it was just a nice night. I have the sheets from their beds. So they all went up to bed last night, and it was like, where's our sheets? I'm like, they're sitting in the dryer. So instead of doing all that, they ended up having a fun little sleepover with my mom last night, which was so fun, just like her last night here. Now I'm about to have to go, and then we're gonna pick up Kyle's family from the airport, and so I need to get this like wrapped up, get it all set up. We don't have that long to do it. So my goal in here is to obviously get the sheets put back on the bed, get everything cleaned up in here, and then I just want to do like a quick run through and declutter whatever I can. I did declutter through the cabinets, but because a lot of that was food, a lot of that was not like a donate declutter. It was just kind of like, oh, this is like a couple years expired, time to get rid of it. But in here I can actually donate some good things that the kids just don't use anymore. And I also have like a whole laundry basket of things that I'm decluttering that I've just kind of decluttered over the last week or so that is waiting to get donated. So I will insert that right here just to give you a little extra decluttering motivation. if you want it. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna get to going in here. Also, super random, but I'm kind of breaking my fast in a weird way today, and I'm gonna break them with runes. I'm gonna have an amazing coupon code for you guys on these very soon. I've been having these since the end of last year, and I just love them so much. They are super, super good. So if you're interested in them, hold out for that coupon code because I'm gonna stock up on a ton because they're so good. Anyway, okay, enough chit chat, let's go.
I used to be a free man, did whatever I did please. But ever since she wandered in there, I've been living down on my knees.
This blanket set is normally $48 I think on Walmart, and it comes in this color. It also comes in a gray, and I want to say like a pink, but it's now on sale for 25 bucks, and it's such a good deal. Luke has had this one for a few months and he loves it. The boys' rooms do get tidied multiple times a week when we do our nightly family cleanup. However, I am realizing we need to definitely put more of an emphasis and a focus on to surfaces in the boys' room. So typically we will kind of like clean up the downstairs area together, and then the boys will come up and do their bedrooms, clean the loft area, and we'll just kind of finish up the downstairs area. So we kind of tag team everything a bit. But I do think that after you've seen your clutter for so long, you become clutter blind. That is definitely a real thing. I've definitely seen that in my own spaces. Like, for example, my desk always gets very cluttered and it just sits that way. And I just like don't even notice it. I mean, I notice it's not clean, but my mind just kind of starts to look past it because it's been that way for a while. And so I'm sure that my kids are also noticing and feeling that same way with like their surfaces, like the tops of their dressers or desks. So I'm making a little mental note to make sure that my kids are reminded to go ahead and clear off the top of their dressers just to help make their spaces feel a lot more peaceful for them.
She said, come on, lock me up, lights out whenever you want, phone calls through the...
Literally, your best friend in a teenage boy's room is a garbage bag. Oh.
The sweetest sound. She said, come on, lock me up, lights out whenever you want, phone calls through the glass, waiting for the...
I used to think the teen boy bedroom was a bit of an exaggeration when people would talk about it and say like, oh, the smell, oh, it's so dirty, oh, it's so messy, the things I find in there. But no, it is not an exaggeration at all. And this reset was honestly just so helpful and very needed. I'm curious, what is the worst / weirdest thing that you've found in your kids' bedrooms? I will have to think on this one for a minute because I feel like mostly food items that are under beds or things like that, which there's not even supposed to be food in their rooms, but you know how the story goes. But anyway, I would love to hear what's the worst or weirdest things that you've found in your kids' rooms.
When the sky outside these bars is all gray. Hey, do you like my handcuffs, darling? I threw the key away. Hey, do you like my jumpsuit, honey?
Show of hands, who remembers the boys' bedrooms when we first moved into this house about 3.5 years ago? They were pink, purple, and turquoise with Louis Vuitton stencils. And then the bathrooms were like, we would call it Jello green and Pepto-Bismol pink. They were just all very, very bright, very bold colors. Now at this point, we have done their bedrooms and their bathrooms, complete makeovers, all on a budget, of course. I'm actually gonna link my makeover playlist up above in the iCards right here. Definitely check it out. They're always budget friendly, and it's amazing to see the transformations that you can get. All right, I have to leave in like 45 minutes, so I'm gonna set myself a timer so that I can go through this as quickly as possible and then move on to Noah's room. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Look how tiny Noah is. I'm gonna make a basket apparently of this goes somewhere else.
Life was so simple, we just had fun.
This is stuffing from our couch, which I just need to finish stuffing some of the couches. But I bought this online and accidentally got like 20 pounds, and it turns out I only needed like 5 or 10. So I've been storing this in here, but I'm gonna find a new spot for it or use it up or donate it. All right, timer's up. And I pretty much did it just in time. I'm gonna grab this stuff out and then we'll head to Noah's room.
Do you remember when we were kids? And all that we wanted was to go outside with our friends. Do you remember falling in love?
I desperately need to get some bedding for Noah because I hate making corner beds. It's like the biggest headache. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can declutter in here, but first I have to clean. Cleaning is step one, and then I'll see whatever I can declutter. One thing, so I kind of talked about this, but the technique that I came up with last week in last week's video is so helpful when you're trying to do like a quick home reset, and basically it's top to bottom, clutter and clean. So obviously top to bottom is self-explanatory. And then with clutter and clean, I'm either going to anything that's on the ground. So like I'm either going to put this away or I'm going to declutter it if it doesn't have a home and I don't want to make a home for it. And then I'm going to clean, but the only thing I'm cleaning is either anything that I can wipe down or vacuum. And that's just like your basic clean, and it helps you like stay on task without getting super distracted. So I am going into a few other areas that I normally wouldn't go into for that, but with like the clutter, because also with that is a rule of that I made up myself. I gave myself the rule of like anything behind closed doors does not get decluttered. So I'm not opening up cabinets or anything, but today that was like part of my point is trying to declutter. So that's why I'm doing some of this. But if you are in a time crunch, seriously try it out. It makes a big difference. And I've got to go even quicker in this room because I think I have about 15 minutes left. So I'm gonna set myself a 10-minute timer so that I have a 5-minute buffer zone. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I keep things very real around here. And sometimes life just becomes a lot. And I've definitely been feeling that a lot lately. I have been so overwhelmed with life lately that I'm just like waiting and wanting an adult to come in and fix things for me. And then I sit there and I realize I'm the adult here. Like I am the adult in the situation and there's no one coming to like fix everything or save the day. So if you also have felt that, whether it's recently, whether you'll feel that in the future, remember, you can come out of this. Whatever chaos you're feeling or whatever overwhelm you're feeling, things will get better and things will calm down. But one thing that I do when I feel like this is I will focus on one thing at a time. And slowly but surely, things will pull together. You have got this. I want you to remind yourself that you are not alone. And I hope that you know that. I hope that you can feel that. I feel like we're all dealing with something, and often we feel like we're the only one dealing with it because you don't really see that coming from other people. However, if someone was looking into your life, they probably wouldn't realize that you're dealing with all the things that you're dealing with either. So we are all just in so much of a more relatable situation with each other than we realize. But I guarantee you are not alone. And if nobody has told you today, I want you to know you're doing an incredible job. I think sometimes we are very hard on ourselves. We don't give ourselves a lot of grace. But one thing that I've been trying to do is to look at my situation or look at my life or look at how I'm doing And I imagine that that's like one of my friends. And then I kind of am able to think about it a little bit more realistically instead of with this super high expectation that I put on myself. And I would say 99% of the time, if my friend was doing this, if she was going through something and she was handling it this way, I would be patting her on the back and saying, good job, like you're doing an amazing job, you're doing great. And so try to look at whatever struggle you're having right now as if it were someone else. And I hope you're able to see how incredibly well you're doing and give yourself that grace that we so desperately need to give ourselves. Anyway, enough of my little mindset chat, but I just wish I could give you guys a big hug right now and tell you you're doing so good. Now, I hope that today's video gave you lots of motivation to tackle whatever is on your to-do list. If you're looking for some more decluttering motivation, I will link a playlist up here on the screen, but also stay tuned because next week I'm doing a massive closet declutter and I'm getting rid of over half my clothes and it just feels so good. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.